All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Welcome to Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. It is Thursday, June 6th. Thursday, where is my notes here? Oh, as you can see, it is hot in Wailua. Okay, Diane, Kenny, Jason, Karen, Jimmy. I'm assuming that you guys can hear me and see me because I am hardwired into the internet. Julie, Joy, Roland, Alfred, Chad. Whew, appreciate you guys. Sorry, looks like I'm looking. Uh, yeah, because this thing is backwards. But anyway, okay, one more time. They say third time is a charm. So hey, Leo, Bethany, aloha, you guys. Belinda, Ivan. The only problem out here is I have no air conditioning. It's hot. It's hot. So I got my white towel because it is like ridiculously hot here in Wailua House Slots, and I have no AC in the living room. So Patsy's hooking up a nice fan over here. No worry, guys. We're gonna give you guys your time. I'm noticing what time we're starting a little late because of the technical difficulties. So we'll get through everything that we need to get through today. But I just wanted to say, Bitos and Mona, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us today. Hey, Dad, thanks for coming back on. All of you guys, Kalia, Dave, and Nelson, thank you guys for being so patient. I don't know what's going on. It's hot in Kekaha too. I can't imagine what it's like in Kekaha. But yeah, it's pretty hot here, pretty warm. But appreciate you guys' patience. Costco has a great AC. I got an AC. I got an AC in my technical assistant. Yeah, we got an AC in the bedroom. So that's where I hang out. That's where we do our lives. We've been doing our lives there for a while now, and it's been working pretty good. So I'm not sure what's going on. But hey, Kiani and Clayton, thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming back. Kick off, forget it, man. That's a little too hot for me, buddy. Was out there on the west side not long ago, and whoo, yeah, no more wind here either. It is hot. But hey, Lisa, thanks for hanging around and coming back. Really appreciate all of you guys being patient. I know this is inconvenient, you guys, with moving them over to Thursday. But again, like I was saying in the original first video, this is number 3. Yeah, and Matt, thank you. Yeah, yesterday I had a American Legion meeting, so I was, which is the first Wednesday of every month, and I'm getting this black stripe across the top of my screen like I did in the room. So I don't know. Can you guys hear me, please? The scale's still broken. Oh, that scales. I think I'm gonna go buy a scale myself and have somebody install it just so we can. But anyway, thank you guys. All good. Larry, Lindsay, or Linda. I'm sorry, Linda Ann, Lindsay Wong. Thank you guys. All good. Okay, good. Perfect. Let's get started. Like I said, yesterday I had American Legion meeting, so I had to move it over. I probably have to move it over to the first Wednesday. I will keep you guys posted. Let me turn my volume off so it doesn't get. And that's the first Wednesday of every month. So we'll see. I might be moving it over permanently to Thursdays. We'll see. I'll make that decision later this week. But we'll see what happens. I did want to talk about last week. In a sense, that it was a great week. We had fun. And I'm glad Larry Aruda is on because I wanted to talk about, and a lot of you saw the Facebook Lives that I did at my Auntie Alice's house, Alice Aruda. Old-fashioned stone oven, made some fresh Portuguese bread. Hey, Shelly, I know a lot of you saw that. I got a lot of comments. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes and the loves. But what a thing to see. And Auntie Alice is 92 years old. She the matriarch, sat on her chair. She was like the traffic cop, handing out directions for everybody. Howard Cavallo and Larry Ruda, they took care of I know Larry's on. Larry, thank you. Great job. And you guys did an awesome job. And it's hard to explain what went through my mind when this all went down, because you remember my grandma used to make bread back when I was a little kid, 5, 6, 7, when we were very little kids. And I can remember her making the dough, and I can remember eating the raw dough, and I can remember the smell of the raw dough. And I had not seen that for decades. And to able to, hey, Kale, aloha, and Peter, and to see that tradition again, the same way, that the dough was the same, it smelled the same, it looked the same. But to watch this thing go down in a stone oven, hey, Sonny, to watch this go down in the stone oven, watch Howard and Larry put the wood in the oven and burn the wood, and then have to take out the wood, mop the deck of the oven, rush and get the bread, the dough in, and they got it down. I mean, they got it down. And then to watch that bread come out and to eat the bread. Hey, Christy, Kool-Aid, and Lenny, thank you guys for joining us. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It was just fabulous. It was just fabulous, and I wish all of you could have been there. But I tried my best to share it with Facebook Live, and you couldn't smell it and you couldn't taste it. But right after the bread was all done and all the loaves came out, and I think if you saw, I got to taste the first one, the first bread that came out, the first pan, the loaf broke, so I got to eat it, and not even need butter. Hey, Wallace and Michelle. But after that, she brought out the big pot of Portuguese soup, cebulis, which is the pickled onion with the carrot and the bell pepper, and we just had an old style Portuguese feast, and it was awesome. It was awesome. So just wanted to share that because it was a blast. It was just I hope I get invited again. I think Patsy stopped by, and I think we want to get Patsy to learn how to make that bread, make the dough. And, I don't think we'll ever be able to get a stone oven, but we can probably try to replicate, baking that if we can learn how to make the dough and learn how to make the bolinge and all of that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And then on Thursday, we went to Kalaheo Steak and Ribs. And Thursdays I usually work. We switched the schedules. One of the girls I work with needed off, so we had a free night off on Thursday. So we went out to Kalaheo Steak and Ribs and listened to Wyola, Charlie Iona, and John Mahi and their group, and we just had an awesome time. And if you have not been to Kalaheo Steak and Ribs on Sundays and Thursdays, I suggest you make reservations because it's packed. It's sold out. You cannot get in in the saloon side where the music is. But if you have not done that, hey Drew, welcome back. Senator Keith, thank you for coming back. If you have not gone there, you need to. Thursdays or Sundays, it's just an awesome time. So I just wanted to share that as well. Julie says, when my grandma used to make bread, all the babies would be given the raw dough to eat. So reason was so they could start talking at an early age. I was one of those babies, Julie, and even not just a baby, even up into my young boy days. We all, she gave some, some of the dough she left out, but if not, we had to try. I was trying to steal some on Saturday, but Auntie Alice had her eye on me, and I could not steal the dough. But I wanted to so bad to grab that dough and eat them just like the old days. But no way. Auntie Alice reminds me of my grandma, old Portuguese lady, and you do not want to get caught. My grandmother made bread too. No more the brick oven in Kekaha. No need brick oven in Kekaha. Put them on the sidewalk. You don't need one oven over there. It is an oven. Kekaha is an oven. But yeah, nothing beats home baked bread, and especially when it's done in the old way, the old style, and just watching all of this family is like watching the movies where you had the different families, in the African American culture, the Mexican culture, where they all get together, the extended families. I remember doing that when we were young, and for some reason, I know many of you still do that, but our family, our generation, we stopped, and it was nice to see my uncles there, my aunties were there, everybody was there, and just it was just an awesome thing to be a part of. So thank you, Larry. I hope you're still on, and for Howard Carvalho and all of them that made this happen. Daryl Horner and his wife Nadine, who opened up their house. That's where the oven is. Well, it's Auntie Alice's house, but they're all one big family. So anyway, Dexter, Brian, and Chantel, You could have shown Auntie Alice. You should have shown Auntie Alice making the dough. Yeah, I wish next one we're gonna go early and watch that part as well. I just want to see what Patsy can do with it. You know, she's so good with her baking. I'm just curious to see what Patsy can do. Japanese with a Portuguese recipe, with one no more stone oven, but we'll see. We'll see how that thing can go. Today was scorching hot with a breeze. Yeah, there was a little breeze. Hey, Paul Pancho, mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. And Jeffrey, aloha, you guys. There was a little bit of breeze today. Outside is a lot cooler than in the house, believe it or not. But my garden, I was out in my garden watering my little box garden today, and it was relatively cool. And I think some of you may have seen some of the pictures, but garden coming along, eh? Pretty damn proud. My first shot at gardening, and I really got, my corn looks really strong, and my carrots are growing, and I got 2 varieties of lettuce and spinach. So we're gonna keep you guys updated with that as well, just because I'm so damn proud. I have never grown anything. Everything I've tried to grow has died. So this is my first attempt using YouTube experts as my instructors, following what I believe will work for our climate. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I cannot wait, because Patsy did buy some corn, some Kauai corn at the store, and I had it last night. It tasted like crap. So
What's in Kauai?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it? Oh, Maui. Sorry, Kauai. Maui corn, sweet corn. It wasn't sweet. It was horrible. The texture was bad. So my goal is to produce a better corn than Maui corn, and that is the plan. Hey, John. Aloha, my brother. How are you doing? What is the one with ground beef and cheese? Okay, I guess you guys have a private side conversation going. So anyway, gotta water as why. Absolutely, brother. I water that thing all day, in the morning, in the afternoon, couple times, and in the evening. So, and it drains really well in that box. So we gotta keep watering them because it gets dry. You can see the soil get dry. So we got to make sure we keep watering them. So that's my project. That's my project. All right. So let's get to business. Flying saucer. Okay. Oh, that's the ground beef and the cheese inside the bread. That's the flying saucers. Yeah, that is good too. That is really good too. Okay. Anyway, so I just responding to some of the comments that I've had over the week. Southwest Airlines. People have been asking, why are they not on Kauai? I don't know. You know, I'm trying to find out. Last I heard was that they're awaiting some terminal or airport improvements here on Kauai Lihu Airport. So I have not gotten a confirmation. Hey, Mike Drake, what's up, my brother? Yeah, Kilauea sweet corn, Belinda, is the best corn I've ever had. No need butter. It is delicious. It is delicious. So anyway. So yeah, I cannot answer the question about Southwest. Again, what I heard, and if anybody on this session knows, please feel free to type them in, because again, all I was told, which I haven't verified with the state or with Southwest or anyone else, was that they are waiting for airport improvements at Kauai, and that in fact the improvements are being done or being worked on currently. So that's what they're waiting for. So we will see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think everybody is waiting for that. Everybody is waiting for Southwest to show up. I just saw an article today that Hawaiian Airlines had a drop in their passenger count, and I think a lot of people are changing or they're going elsewhere. I think when Hawaiian decided to oh, here we go. My cousin works for Southwest, and she said they are waiting for gate approval. Got it. Thank you, Vito. See, that's how this thing works, buddy. Hey, Sandy, aloha, my sister. Thank you very much for coming on. Now, where the heck was I? Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Hawaiian has seen a drop. Hey, Francine, a drop in passenger count, because I think when they changed their rewards program, when they changed their mileage program, and they went away from the firm number to a range, I think a lot of people realize that their loyalty to Hawaiian Airlines, even paying the higher airfare, but in return getting the miles and using the miles for future travel. When Hawaiian changed their system, I think a lot of people, and this is what I've heard and I've seen actually here on Facebook, that they said, why be loyal to Hawaiian anymore? They have been loyal for years and decades, and even, again, like I said, paying a little higher airfares, but getting much better service and getting a very good mileage reward program. When that changed, I think a lot of people saw that the Hawaiian Air corporate structure was no longer being loyal to the passengers. And they figured, what the heck, I may as well now go with the cheaper fare. And I think a lot of people are doing that. I've done that. And I think a lot of people have, because the fare differences are significant. And you don't get the benefit of the miles anymore, the mileage club. So I think that's probably, in my opinion, the cause, or one of the causes why the passenger count is dropping. But we shall see. When Southwest comes, that'll be the... I was kind of disappointed because I got all these damn emails from Southwest, you know, talking about these cheap fares, you know, and booking to the mainland from Lihue and from Honolulu. And I went on, and, you know, their fares are expensive. Their fares weren't cheap, and it was frustrating for me, because you send me an email telling me to click that stupid button to get, so I can get a cheap fare, and I'm trying to get to Portland or Vegas or someplace on the West Coast, and it's $600. You know, it's $600, $500, $400 one way. I mean, that's not cheap. You know, you put the $49 thing on there to get you to click the button, and then that just doesn't work. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Didn't our legislature pass a bill about small planes and helicopters flying over residential areas? I am not sure, but I will follow up. I know there's a bill in place. There's a height restriction. I mean, you got to fly above, I believe, 1,000 feet over residential areas. But I don't know, Larry. I will find out here. Let me just write this down. I know. I mean, I think that law gets violated every single day, though. I think they violate that every single day. I mean, especially Wailoa house lots. They're flying over our house all the time. And if it's not a rescue helicopter or a plane, they shouldn't be flying over neighborhoods. But I agree with you. Just report them. Call dispatch. Just call dispatch. Oh, thank you. The light is better. Let there be light. Oof. Again, Patsy's my technical director. She takes care of all of that. If you see a helicopter or a plane flying too low in your neighborhood, just call the police department, the dispatch, and they will. And there's also another number. I don't have it with me, but you can just Google it. Low flying airplane complaints, Kauai, and you'll get the number. There is actually a hotline that investigates all these complaints. So they raise the mileage points for free flight, then lower the inter-island. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they got us both ways. My daughter wants to come home, so we're trying to put our miles together to get my daughter home. They want 61,000 miles for a flight. Like, hello. And a flight is 700 something. So anyway, I think it's ridiculous. I think, you know, it took forever to get 66,000 or 61,000 points, and then to blow it on one trip. I mean, no one. This is not something to repay the loyalty of their passengers. Anyway, what do you think going to happen? What do you think going to happen to our point? I'm not sure what point. Nelson, I don't know what point you're talking about. If you could clarify. I got 5 of those Southwest emails in the past couple. I know it's not stopping, Francine. I keep getting them, and it's luring me to keep clicking like a baboon. I keep clicking, but the result is the same: expensive airfares. Of course, it's summer. The further in after summer you go, you can probably get some cheap fares, but it's not just with Southwest; it's with everybody. So, Eugene, aloha, Trudy, Vaughn, Duke, and Isaac, mahalo. Same with the homestead. Yeah, it's there everywhere. I mean, I just saw a Facebook post where they had some dedication out in Haena yesterday or the day before yesterday, and the governor was here, and he was shocked to see how many helicopters was flying over. Hello, I cannot believe he hasn't gotten the calls and the emails. I believe he has. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. He saw it firsthand, and he was not happy from what I understand. Oh, the points. Nelson, what do you think going to happen to our point? No, nothing is going to happen. It's just, you know, your points are worth less now. Your points are worth less. That's the problem. We'll pool together and get baby doll home. No, Lisa, we thank you, Lisa. You're such a sweetheart. But we have the points. I think it's better. You're better off paying the money than wasting. Save the points for when the point schedule drops, maybe in the winter or something like that. But to blow out 60 or 65,000 on a trip, that's crazy. Patsy said we're gonna go Delta.
Delta is half the.
Yeah. I mean, there's options, man. I fly American. I fly whatever's cheap. It's the same 5.5 or 6 hours. It's relatively all the same. I would love to support our local company, but they ain't supporting us. They're not supporting us. So anyway, they rip off all the local kids who go to school in Oregon and Washington when they want to go. This is what's happening. My daughter lives in Oregon, and when my son was going, it was the same thing. They cannot come home unless they're rich, and we're not. So it's thank God for Skype and for FaceTime and for Facebook Lives. Anyway, yeah, John, right on target. You answered. Thank you, Roger that, Nelson. Thank you for asking the question. We don't learn. Click, click, click. I know. You gotta go mow your lawn. Mona, wait till it's dark. Wait till it's cool. You're gonna get a heat stroke. Delta is good. Use them last couple trips. Yeah, like I said, for me, I've been using American only because that was the cheapest. I've flown Delta in the past. I really don't have any problems with any air carrier as far as going to the mainland. So whatever is cheaper is where I'm gonna go. And you take the cheap fare and you pay a little extra to upgrade to the bigger seat or the more leg room, and you're all set and you're all good. And then you bring a bento from Patsy. We're selling our bentos. If you guys no, just kidding. No. But yeah, one of Patsy's bento carried you to 2 legs of flights to the mainland. So anyway, Alaska. Yeah, Patsy and I went on Alaska. Awesome. Great service, great plane, great. Everything was wonderful. You're right. Absolutely. Hey, William Trujillo. How are you? How you guys doing? All right. Okay, let's move on. Jesus, time is sure flying. It's already 6:08. I promise you guys, I'm gonna stay on for 1 hour. I know I gotta work tonight, but no worry. My bad. Technical difficulties. All right. Hey, okay. This one is kind of serious, and I want to get you guys. Arnold Leon, I'm glad you came in at the right time. I kind of want to get you guys input, especially you on the west side, Kekaha. You come up to Oregon to visit your daughter, you can stay at Hotel Shadron to save money. I will take you up on that, my friend. I will take you up on that. I just recently heard that the administration, the mayor, spoke at a Kekaha community meeting, and some of you may have been there, some of you that are in Kekaha, and that in fact the new plan for the landfill is to expand Kekaha landfill, Mana, for the next 100 years. I am trying to find out. I called some of the council members. They didn't have any information. They didn't know about it. Hey, Napa and Penny, aloha. But you guys all on the west side, I'm just curious to know how you guys feel. Patsy needs to open a restaurant bakery. Yes. And every time you go back to check, the price goes up. Yeah, Patsy, I put my order in for my trip to Minneapolis in a couple of weeks. Vaughn, I'm sure she would do that for you. I mean, I really do. But yeah, you can ask her. Minneapolis, that's 2 Vaughn bentos would get you there. So anyway, so that is what I heard. That in fact the plan now is not to pursue Harumalo and to expand Mana for another 100 years, and negotiations with the community for some sort of compensation will happen. If anybody knows, Julie, yep, I was there. I think Julie was there. She heard it. What happened to the landfill that was supposed to go up in Wilo Falls? That is the question. Hey, Jay and Carl. So if any of you have any information on this, please feel free to share. Julie, I'm assuming you're responding to that comment that you were there. And is that the plan that you heard 100 years in Kekaha to expand it for the next 100 years? Again, I'm still trying to get some confirmation, validation from the county council because Ma'alo Road, which is the one up by the falls, had some issues. And last I had heard from Mayor Cavallo was that they had resolved the issues. I still was kind of leery about that site, but they were gonna move forward. And So I'm just curious. What's going on. So Julie says yes. So and then for those of you that live on the, I was having a discussion the other day with someone that lives in Waimea, but not necessarily Kekaha, and the impact of the landfill in Kekaha. I was one of the authors of the host community benefit for Kekaha. He brought up a valid point that it's not just Kekaha, because it's everyone that lives along the highway that has to deal with the trash trucks and the trash that comes out of the trucks and the smell and so forth. But what do you guys feel out there on the west side? What do you guys feel about another 100 years of landfill out in Kekaha? I don't know how that's going to happen, because we cannot expand laterally. Phase 1 out there is unlined, so there's no way you can touch phase 1. And there's not enough land to expand, I don't believe, unless we go across the highway, which is ADC land, which is ag land. So I'm just, okay, Julie answered real one word, pissed. Hey, Charlene, I know we got other West Side people. I know there's other West Side people out on this session. Is it one of those that the community, depending on what the money is, or is it an environmental concern? Is it a health concern? Or is it a financial concern? In the discussions for the host community benefit, in the discussions that we've had over years and years and years, it was always the concern of the community that this landfill was a health hazard. It was not good for the community. So my question is this to the West Side community. If we waive the money in front of the West Side community, will that change their perception of the health and safety issue? Or is it okay if we get paid? Anyway, that's the question I put out to the West Side community. Or are you folks done? You've had the Kekaha landfill for decades and decades, the impacts for decades, or are you guys had enough of that and want to, I have spoken on the alternatives. I have spoken on the alternative solutions to deal with our trash. That is the answer. And not doing landfills. We're going to always need a landfill, because no matter what technology we use, there'll always be residue that cannot burn, that you got to put somewhere. But the size of a landfill would be tremendously reduced if we got to dispose of our trash, let's say 80% of our waste stream, and we put it in a facility that would convert it to energy using whether it's anaerobic digestion or incineration or what have you. Bioenergy has a technology that doesn't burn the trash. It uses a technology that converts it. And that's just one option. But the result is you don't need a landfill the size of what we're trying to do. So anyway, I am just curious as to how the West Side feels. No sense host benefits. I'm not benefiting. Just heard on the news, Wailua Beach sewage spill today. They say stay out of Kapa area beaches. Oh boy. I didn't hear that one, Francine, but I know we got some issues with the sewage treatment plant. Again, we talk about how do we effectively spend our money here in the county. That is what I'm talking about. The infrastructure is old. Infrastructure is falling apart. That is where we gotta direct our energies and our money, and our plans for the future is utilizing the available funds and federal funds for what we need to fix now, which is the sewage plant, which is the landfills, which is the roads, the congestion, and the amenities can wait. They already dug another hole closer to the beach. My nephew was on the beach and saw the hole being dug. I don't know. Julie, do me a favor and message me somebody's name or number that I can call. I need to get that verified and get some pictures, because you cannot just dig the beach without approvals from a shitload of organizations and agencies. So sorry, pardon my French, but as you can see, it's a passionate issue for me. I have been fighting for a new technology for a long time, well over 10 years. I have been actively trying to get our administration to look at alternatives and not look at landfills for over 10 years. And now we're in a crisis, and we'll see how this administration handles it. But Francine, if you can send me the info on that, just message it to me. No, I'm sorry, Julie, just message it to me. I just need to talk to somebody about that. It's hard to even get the funds application, hard to fill out. Yeah, you know, that whole host community benefit, when we put that together many years ago, it was supposed to mimic the Big Island Healing Our Island grants. Basically, it was for the for anyone, any organization, anybody that wanted to do something for the community. You want to put on a coaching clinic. You want to put on an arts festival. You want to put on a concert under the sky. You wanted to get the kids together and do an event that was going to promote family and drug-free events. You go there, one-page application. You didn't have to be a nonprofit organization. You just had to sign an application saying what you were going to do and follow up with a report after you were done. That was the intent. They created this program, made it into a giant that you got to go through all of these kinds of headaches. So it's not being run the way it's supposed to be run or the way that it was intended. But again, at the end of the day, it's the Kekaha community that's going to decide what those funds are used for. I just don't know if the process is one that's working. I don't know. I haven't heard any complaints. Let's see. Paralyzing takes everything. Absolutely, Arnold. That's another alternative right there. I know you've been talking about this for decades as well, Arnold. No one listens. No one listens, and I don't want to be around when we find out that we cannot expand and there's nowhere to take our trash, and then what? And again, you know, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but that'll be another I told you so moment, and it's not gonna be a good one. Patricia, Michelle, thank you guys. Larry, bio, there are many options, and they've been presented to various council members in the past. Yes, Larry. Unfortunately, it's not the council that makes the decision. Ross Kagawa and myself, we put together a resolution urging the mayor to Cavallo to go out on an RFP. We did a resolution on the council floor to put some pressure on the administration and to give the mayor the political cover if that was a problem. That's saying, hey, the council is pushing this. And the RFP went out. I think we had eight people that submitted proposals, and then the RFP was pulled. And I don't know why. I don't know why. And I was shocked to find out. But that, again, it's just, you know, the council is the funding source. But it's the administration that needs to make the decision to pursue that road. And what I'm trying to say is what I'm hearing from this administration is they're going to pursue the road of 100-year landfill. And I'm very frustrated with that. That's what I heard. Julie was at the meeting and she agreed that, or she verified it. So we'll see. Big Island Recycles, number 1, number 2, number 5. They're high five recycling centers and trash stations. They have a store where they sell items that are still good and people donate, saw lots of leftover. Yeah, you know, that's been done all over the country. A National Donut Day tomorrow. Thanks, Beatles. Thank you. Awesome. I'll eat some donuts. I don't like it. Just because we browner doesn't mean we like go pick up other people's trash in the ocean. It's too damn close to the ocean alone. Pollute God's country. Terrible digging a hole alternative. Yeah, I need to pursue that. I mean, if I got to go out west side tomorrow, go out west side tomorrow, take some pictures. I just need to know exactly where, because you cannot dig anywhere inside the special management area. You need permits from everybody. So I'm curious. I'm curious. Let's see. I'm talking about recycling almost all of our trash. There are methods available. You know, I know there's a zero waste effort. I mean, I'm a realist. I'm gonna tell you, and even San Francisco, who's the best recycling county, it's not that simple. It's a great concept, but it especially when you're on an island, it's difficult, and there will be trash. What my point is, it doesn't have to go in the ground. It doesn't have to go in the ground. Need to educate the Kekaha community. Well, hey, Jody, thanks for joining. Chantel, UH Manoa students created a bacteria that eats just plastic and can live in the ocean. I just saw that they dumped a bunch of clams or oysters in the water in Honolulu yesterday. They eat microplastics. Collusion. I don't know what it is, Larry. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you, we're going to be in trouble. I made this prediction years ago that we're going to be in trouble at some point because we are going to run out of space and there will be nowhere to go and we have no options. You can't put this on a boat and send it to Honolulu. You cannot dig a hole and bury it. And that is going to be a big problem. All right, we're going to move on because it's already 6:20. Oh my gosh. Okay, just some minor stuff here. Ohazio Kamana'o Crab resigned today. I was kind of surprised to see that. I mean, he's a really good friend of mine. Hey, Kayla Princess, how are you? And Ed, how you doing, Ed? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and I know Oha's got some issues. His contract was going to end the end of June, so he decided to resign. He's not putting his name back in. So I don't know if Kamana'o is on, but if you are Kamana'o, mahalo for your service. We've been good friends for a long time. Appreciate what you've done, and you know, sometimes the bureaucracy and the whole political environment or political atmosphere makes it difficult to do anything. But Kamana'o, you served your community well. Thank you very much. All right. How's this? 373 people on Oahu were considered homeless at the times of their deaths from 2014 to 18. 4 years. 373 people died. Homeless people. They died. Average age of death was reported to be just under 52 years old, about 30 years shorter than our Hawaii's overall life expectancy. And the causes of death: drugs, alcohol, poor health, lack of hygiene and lack of medical attention were the cause. Are we taking care of our homeless in this state? No. No. 373 people died on Oahu. You know, we've had a bunch on Kauai. You know, body found. No more word about it. Oh, no address. But then you never hear anything after that. I'd be curious to know what the number on Kauai is, but I will tell you, 373 in 4 years on Oahu is alarming. And the cause is drugs, alcohol, poor health, lack of hygiene, and lack of medical attention. We talk about the purple lady who's in the booth or in a bus stop, and she's all over the place. I don't even know what happened. Some people say she may have passed away. Some people say the medics were down there. Lack of medical attention. We cannot even provide our community. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if they're a criminal. I don't care who they are. They're a human being. We should be able to provide the services. They're dying on the streets on Oahu. They're dying here on the streets. You know, one guy died when I was on a county council in the elections office steps. You know, it's a good thing that there's a camera there that actually caught the person just fell and hit his head. There was he didn't get assaulted, he didn't get murdered. But if not for the camera, we would have never known. But this guy was in such bad shape, pleading for help. But we didn't help him. We didn't help him. And that's my point. That's where the frustration comes in, because we help everyone else. And these people are dying on the streets. These people are dying on the streets. Combination of drugs, alcohol, poor health, lack of hygiene, and medical attention were the causes of death for these people. Now, tell me, were they preventable deaths? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yet we go to court for rail. We fight for rail. We raise taxes for rail. All of these things that we do, and we have people dying in our streets. Is this third world kind of scenario? All right. Hawaii is the priciest state in the country. Our dollar is worth only 84 cents. And the cost of living in Hawaii right now is $111,892 per household. And the average income is $71,977. So we are below the cost of living in Hawaii. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we wonder why people are leaving. And we wonder why people are coming here, homeless people are coming here. It's because you can't live here. So the people that want to live here cannot, they leave. And the people that cannot survive anywhere else, they come here because they can get assistance and they can get nice climate and they can live on the beach. And some of them die, apparently. But the bottom line is, another awesome shirt. Hey, Ed, you got a good job, man. Good eye. Let's see. Sorry. Switzerland created environmentally friendly power plants that turn trash into electric. They've run out of trash and have used trash from... Yeah, hey, Chantel. Bingo. It's clean. It's healthy and it's safe. We rather bury them. Why? We people have got better habits. Honolulu raising taxes on hotels. Yeah, I'm getting to that, Beatles. Hey, Katie Hooney. How are you? Temptation will catch up anyway. Agreed to. Yes. Hey, Gladys. Francine, I'm 90,000 short. Yeah, I think we all are. Hey, Gwen Delanoza, how are you, Gwen? Most of the officials don't want to go out there with their high heel shoes and fancy clothes. Hey, Margaret. Yeah, so anyway, that is kind of what it is. So that's great segue into the Honolulu Council. They approved tax hikes for not just resorts, but for investment properties. And it's interesting because the resort's going to pay another $17 million into the general fund, and the investment properties, which is second homes that are worth over $1 million, which is kind of, if some families are blessed with property. We're not, but some local families are blessed. Their parents or grandparents made real estate decisions, so they own property. And if your child decides to move into one of those homes, the tax is going to be outrageous because it's a second home that the owner is not living in. And I guess you could legally manipulate that by changing the way the ownership is structured. But my point is this: 17 million from the resorts, 14 million from these investment properties. And the reason is they say they need more money for rail operations and other obligations. That was the reason. The reason is because the federal government said, hey, Honolulu, you better raise your money for that rail or we're going to yank ours. So this is what's going to happen. And I predicted this weeks ago. They're going to start with Honolulu, and they're going to find out that Honolulu cannot sustain the cost of the operation and the maintenance and the management of rail. So when they tap out the resorts and they tap out the investment properties and they tap out the residents, they're going to go off island, and they're going to do it in a way of a GE tax or a state tax. And we're going to pay the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I predicted that a long time ago. That rail is not our problem. It's not our issue. And we should not be even participating in paying for that nonsense. So anyway, good people are leaving and greedy. Not so good people are coming here. Yeah, that's just the sad part. Right on the money, Chantel. Absolutely. Hey, Charlotte, Angela, thank you guys for joining us. So, yep. But the good thing Honolulu Council did also, they approved an initiative for $23 million for homeless initiatives. They're not waiting for the state. State has all these. They talk a good talk, but at the end of the day, Honolulu is saying, we're gonna deal with it. And it's a great bill. There's got a lot of areas of assistance for the homeless people. So I think Kimberly Pine introduced it and she got it passed. So the homeless people on Honolulu anyway is going to get some relief from the Honolulu City Council. Good job, City Council in Honolulu. Lealo Sanchez, aloha. Fail rail is already falling apart. Yeah, hey, Doreen, I'd like to blow that one up. Lisa Watanabe, how are you? Hey, Bethany, we miss Kauai. Yeah, we miss you too. Come back. Come back. All right, let's see where we at. Oh, okay. How about the sad story about the Kuleana on the Zuckerberg property? That one was kind of, hey, Mila. How are you, Mila? So Zuckerberg has his Kuleana properties on the Zuckerberg property. Zuckerberg bought 700 acres of land back in 2015 for about $100 million. And on that parcel, there were some Kuleanas tucked away. And of course, they went into that whole legal battle. Long story short, the properties ended up on the auction block. Carlos Andrade, who's one of the descendants of the original owners, the Rapozo family, which I am not related to. We are the poor Rapozos. But anyway, he bought 4 of the properties for $2.2 million, almost $2.2 million at the auction. 2 acres, four parcels totaling about 2 acres for $2.2 million. So what the family is saying is that, this whole thing, 23 million, where's that coming from? Hang on, Larry, which you talking about the 23 million from the Oahu taxes? That's coming from resort and investment properties. 17 from the resort, 14 from the investment properties. Comes out to 31 million. 31 million. Martin going to go in someone's, going to somebody's pocket. Hey, Mel, hi. Franklin Cummings, my brother from another mother. How are you, Frankie? You gotta give me a call, buddy. You gotta give me a call. So anyway, So the allegations from the family, is that Zuckerberg bankrolled this whole auction process. He bankrolled the attorneys. He bankrolled the purchase, the bid prices, and then at the end of the day, they end up with the property. And I don't know if we'll ever find out. I don't know if we'll ever find out what happens, but it's just really ugly. It was really ugly how that whole thing panned out. A lot of family members got, just separated, divided. A lot of family. Hey, Marlene, exact thing happened on Molokai with McAfee. Yeah, I was reading. Sometimes the law, is doesn't help the right people. But anyway, we'll see. We'll follow that as well because I think it's pretty cool. Let me see. Julie is waving. Hi, Julie. It's saying you're waving to me on my phone. So let's see what we covered. Because we are winding down. Okay. Color Hill Steak in Southwest. Landfill expansion. OHA. Dying homeless. Hawaii's the prices. Honolulu Council approves. Okay. Carlos Andrade. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Let's see. Aloha Mel. Aloha Marlene. Hey, June 11th, if you guys got any American flags, Hawaiian flags, any flags that you guys have that you guys want to need to have disposed properly, they're going to be having the flag retirement ceremony on June 11th at the Vet Center. Just bring your flags, whatever you have. Don't throw it in the trash. There's a proper procedure, as you all know, or you may know, to disposing of our flags. And we are going to do that. The American Legion is going to do that. June 11th, just stop by the Vet Center in the morning, drop off your flags, and we'll make sure you can even hang out and watch. There's a complete ceremony that is done that properly disposes of our flags. So June 11th, if you guys can, if you have it, if you cannot make it on June 11th and you know all flags or you have flags, you just let me know. I'll come get it from you so we make sure we dispose of it properly. Okay. And if you know of anyone, let me know. Meet the coach, June 20th, KCC Fine Dining Room. You get to meet UH football coach. 5:30 to 8 o'clock. $40 pre-sale, $50 at the door. Mark's Place, pull out the food. It's an amazing spread. I'm going to put in this number right here, 639-1172. Wait. Hang on. 639-1172 for, I keep forgetting I get this text I can do here. So you got them right there. Meet the coach. Lay less. 639-1172, meet the coach. You get ticket. You can get tickets. You can reserve tickets. Remember, $40 in advance, $50 at the door, June 20th. Also, I talked about this last week. Rumfire every month. Table 53, they donate all of their proceeds to a charity. For June, it's Friendship House, great organization, a superb organization, really does a lot for our community. So if you guys want to go out to dinner and support a great cause, call the Sheraton Poipu, make a reservation for Rumfire, ask for Table 53, and the net proceeds of your entire meal will go to Friendship House for the entire month of June. So please do it. They can. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, all right. Let's see. Let me catch up on some comments here. That situation makes me sick. Hey, I know. Larry Aruda for the homeless. He's okay. Marlene. Okay,
the number you gave was, meet the coach.
Yeah.
It was 1472 or 11?
1172.
Okay. No, I thought I heard you say
63. I typed it in. 639-1172. I get my technical assistant over here.
No, I thought I heard you say 4.
Doing well, brother Mel. We gotta get together and get lunch or something. Yeah, but for sure, shoots. Have a great evening. Frank, call me. I gotta work tonight. If you're up after 10 o'clock, call me, buddy. Call me. Arnold, current mayor, when first ran for council, told me talk him Bombay about trash pyrolizing, but since then 6 years of Bombay and he still have not had his ear. Yeah, I think it's Arnold. You probably need to get into his ear because I think he's needs to know what's available out there. And again, I think people, and I've heard a lot of people say that It's not, these alternative technologies are dangerous. Ain't nothing more dangerous than a landfill that's oozing that crap into the ground. Whether it's lined or not, the line's not going to be there forever. So anyway, it's you know, my point is this. My point has been this for a long time. We gotta take this landfill situation very seriously, because we cannot afford to be caught with our pants down when Kekaha has to close the gate because the landfill is full. There is no place to take the trash. What happens is we get fined by the state, we get fined by the EPA, and then we got to somehow create these emergency trash spots like we did after Hurricane Iniki. And then we got to deal with that and the cost. So let's stop playing this silly game and let's focus on getting the technology here. Get an RFP out. Look at the alternatives. Get the RFPs in, the proposals. Put up a panel of experts that can pick what's going to work for Kauai and move. And we need to do that inside of 90 days. No more than 120. We need to make a determination, a decision within 6 months and get that plant started, built. Start to build the plant. Getting upset. We don't have time. We don't have time because you're going to get legal challenges. You're going to get community challenges. Now is not the time to, you know, that's where leaders got to lead. Leaders got to lead. And, you know, you want to fight, file your lawsuits. We're moving forward because we cannot afford to wait. What's going to happen? This is not a normal situation. There is no alternative. There is no place we can take our trash. People got to understand that. This is a dire situation, a crisis that there is no way out of. People, stop playing with this. Our leaders got to stop playing with this. And we got to move. Screw the amenities already. I love swimming pools. I love all of these things. But you know what? Right now, we're focused on what is going to hurt our people if we don't fix it. And that landfill, trust me, if we don't have somewhere else to take our trash, we are going to be in trouble. Radiant Cordero. Aloha, Radiant. Thank you for joining us. Sorry so late. You go back and watch the replay. Remember, we do this. We move this video to my YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. We'll do it tonight, so it should be up. Yeah, you know, you can always watch the whole thing later if you want to, if you're that bored. Kauai Rose, aloha. Karen, Mila Rapanat, no more in Kekahawa. You better talk to your administration because that's the plan. I don't know if you were at the meeting. But you know, that's the bottom line. Mayor is also about to take back river mouth openings, which is a state responsibility by HRS and corroborated by legislature. Back when I gave back that responsibility to state. Yeah, I mean, to take back the river mouths. You see, this is again, and what Derek is doing. The river mouths and the lack of attention that the river mouths get from the state is a state issue, Arnold, and I agree. But like the traffic congestion problem, it's a state issue on the highway. But we cannot wait for the state. So while I don't agree with the county taking over the river mouths, I think Derek is doing what he sees is right, because that river mouth backs up, then the houses flood, we get a lot of problems. Now, he's got to do what he's got to do as a mayor. And I in this case, I think I would probably do the same, not because I want to take over the state's job. It's because I know the state cannot do that damn job. And then our people are at risk. Now, it shouldn't be that way, Arnold. You know that. You know that. The state should be dealing with that. In the old days, you know this, as soon as the river mouth was getting closed up, you know, people would be mobilized. They had existing contracts with people that would go out there with equipment to open up the river mouth. Now it's not happening. You got to call this person. This person got to call the next person. You got to get approval. You got to go all this crap before you can get a piece of equipment out there to clear the river mouth. So I understand what Derek's trying to do. Now, I don't think he has a choice because the state's not doing their job. And that's where I'm frustrated, because the mayor should not have to do that. The state should be doing that responsibility, and they should be doing it well, and they're not, and that's the problem. Karen, Marianne, Deb, Janice. All right, Julie. So, I think, was that it? Did I have anything else on here? I think that was it. You guys got me all fired up. Now I got to go figure out how I'm going to sleep. I got to work at 10 o'clock tonight. But state has been doing a better job than we did. Well, that is true. You know, again, Arno, it all comes down to accountability. It all comes down. You remember, first ran for county council back in 1998. That was my little slogan: efficiency, accountability, responsibility. That hasn't changed. You know, efficiency, accountability, and responsibility. You know, I ran on that in 06. I lost. I mean, 96. I lost, or 98. But this is what? How many years later? And those components of government still need to be intact. Efficiency, accountability, responsibility, whether it's at the county level, the state level, the federal level. So, you know, we got a long way to go. Lack of maintaining the Hanley River is what caused most of the damage at last April's flood. The river mount was only about 3 foot deep. Thanks, Julia. I'll check the name and I'll give that guy a call. Chrissy, aloha, Sean. Thank you guys all for joining us. I know it's late. It's 6:42. We started late. We ended late. I just want to say this. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, we will be back on Wednesday at 5:30. You go to my YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. And again, shoot me over the, you know, I cannot get to all the questions or got answers to all the questions, but I'm trying my best. It's just trying to get answers from the responsible organizations and agencies. Sometimes take time, but we'll be back Wednesday at 5:30. YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo, and you can see the archives of all of our videos if you want to have fun. And don't forget, June 11th, Flag Day ceremony. Drop off your flags. Let me know. I can come pick them up. Meet the coach June 20th. And, of course, Sheraton, Kauai, Rum Fire for the month of June. Table 53, support Friendship House. Thank you, guys. Aloha. We love you guys. God bless. Have a great evening. And we will talk to you folks next week. Aloha.